My soldiers take ground till I'm stand down. Take ground. My soldiers take ground till I'm stand down. Take ground. Now this ain't no movement, this a takedown. We would not be moved or intimidated. We ain't tight. You got a problem, tell them cross the fucking line. My niggas ain't polite. Soldiers to the left and right. I die for every man by. Before I be a coward, I'd rather be a dead body. This will be my kingdom when the hour plays. You can either get with it or get flipped like an hourglass. We live by honor and no excuse. Just sit and pray up to the Lord. I told you, then let all the terrorists loose. Hold your tongue or get rebuked, cause you made a truce. We're the race to make merchandise out of my abuse. Scared of who? You got your gun, then pull it. Me and my niggas start to argue, it's about who gon' bite the bullet. It gon' take round. Opponents better move slow. Attack dog for this truth. Nigga, cool zone. Go to ground. It's all about that warfare, boy. Get ground. Back up. Get ground. It's all about that warfare, boy. Take ground. My soldiers take ground till I'm stand down. Take ground. My soldiers take ground till I'm stand down. Oh, thought you could cross us with no consequence, but you will pay dearly. You should've used your common sense. My zeal lit, that means you could never prevail. Hey, with a true sit, hey, with warriors dwell. Be wise with the weapons, cause I promise. My nine just like my wife, she conceal, she modest. I know two things, a robber when I promise. And any man harm me and my uncle gon' meet the doctor. Cause this life is warfare, it's not an easy walk. Been watching my people die so you can miss me with that love talk. My UPK soldiers, any man try to cross your path, make him regret what that means. Fall on his aim. Comparing me to you really ain't no contest. Long live one west. Say what? Long live one west. This for those who thinking we ain't ready for 'em. Tell them back up. I'm about to drop something heavy for 'em. Go to ground. It's all about that warfare, boy. Get ground. Back up. It's all about that warfare, boy. Take ground. My soldiers take ground till I'm stand down. Take ground. My soldiers take ground till I'm stand down.
Body. Why yourself? Aymanim, Wapanya Hakwadam, which means rise and face the east. We're going to read the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew, then in the English. The Lord's Prayer. Abanaw, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash, Hayat, Shemkah, Yahweh, Malak Rakah, Saba'ah, Ratazayakah, Hayat, Aisha, Ba'aratazah, Kawah, Hayat, Bashemayim, Natham, Lakom, Kol, Gawam, Waslak now, Kabwat now, Kaslak now, Kabwat now, Wala'ah, from your iron now, Balasayawam, Abal, Habashai now, Mayan, Rad, Hayat, Lakah, Hamalakwa, Waha'ala, Wahatapa'arat, La'aywalamya, Aman.
And in the English, Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done. In earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. And forgive us our debts. As we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation. But deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom. And the power. And the glory. Forever. So be it.
This is Hakat, the power. Yahweh. Bahashim Yahushai. Babakusha. Nathanana. Hakat. Baraka'ah. Karaka Allah. Wakal Allah. Hakat. Latahar. Hatamazarayim. Hakat. Lahakim. Hamakim. Hakat. Araka Allah. Hatama'al. Laga Rashad. Bahashim Yahushai.
And in the English, Lord, in the name of Yahweh, please give us the power. The power to heal. All manner of sickness. All manner of disease. The power to cleanse the lepers. The power to raise the dead. The power against unclean spirits. To cast them out. In the name of Yahweh.
In the name of Yahushai.
It's like in the name of Yahushai. Thank you. So be it.
This is blessed Israel. Yahweh. Bahashim Yahushai. Barak Lana. Wayasha'ala. Wahabayat. Sapari. Barak. Rapah. Magan. Hagan. Bahashim Yahushai. The water Aman.
In the English. Lord, in the name of Yahweh. Yahweh in the name of Yahweh. Bless us, Israel and the school. Bless, heal, protect. In the name of Yahweh. Thank you. So be it.
This is Psalms 121. Aisha. Ayanya. Ahaharya. Ma'ayan. Yaba'ah. Isaiah. Ma'ayin. Yahweh. Aisha. Shemayam. Wa'aratasa. Al-Yafan. Lamawat. Ragolka. Al-Yanawam. Shamarka. Hana. La'ah. Yanawam. Wama'ah. Yayashan. Shamamah. Yasha'al. Yahweh. Shamarka. Yahweh. Tazarka. Al-Yad. Yanyanka. Yamamam. Hashamash. La'ah. Yakaka. Wayarak. Balayala. Yahweh. Yashamarka.
Yashamarka,
Makora,
Makora,
Yashamar,
Yashamar,
Atnapashka,
Makashka,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Yashamar,
Yashamar,
Taza'afka,
Tasa Afka,
Wabawa Aka,
Babaka,
my Atha,
Ma'atham,
wa I belong, Aman.
Aman. In the English, I will lift up my eyes
I will lift up my eyes
unto the hill,
unto the hill,
from which cometh my help.
which cometh my help.
My help cometh from Yahweh,
My help cometh from Yahweh,
which made heaven and earth.
which made heaven and earth.
He will not suffer my foot to be moved.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He that keepeth thee
He that keepeth thee
will not slumber.
will not slumber.
Behold,
Behold,
he that keepeth Israel,
he that keepeth Israel
shall neither slumber or sleep.
there shall neither slumber nor sleep.
The Lord is thy slut. The Lord is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy shade upon the right hand.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
The sun shall not smite thee by
The
day,
sun shall not smite thee by day,
nor the moon by night.
nor the moon by night.
The Lord Yahweh shall preserve thee
Yahweh shall preserve thee
from all evil.
from all evil.
He shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
The Lord shall preserve thy going out
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
and thy coming in from thy slut. And thy come slut. The Yahweh shall preserve thy going out.
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
And thy coming in from thy time forth.
and thy coming in from this time forth
And even forevermore.
and even forevermore.
So be it.
So be it. This is Psalms 83. Alahayim.
Alahayim.
Al-Damayalaka.
Al-Yamaka.
Al-Takarash.
Al-Takarash.
Ra'alta Shakwat.
Al-Shekwa.
Al-Kayahana.
Kayahana.
Al-Yabyaka.
Al-Yamyaka.
Yahama Yawan.
Yahama Yawan.
Womashanayaka.
Al-Shanayaka.
Nashawa.
Nachawa.
Ra'ash.
Ra'ash.
Al-Imaka.
Al-Imaka.
Ya'arayamwa.
Al-Yamaka.
Sawad.
Sawad.
Wayafayai Tazawa.
Al-Tazawa.
Al-Tazapa Wanyaka.
Al-Tazawandika.
Amarawa.
Amarawa.
Lakawa.
Lakawa.
Wanakakinum.
Lakapium.
Magalia.
Magalia.
Wala'a.
Laka'a.
Yasakar.
Laka'a.
Sham Yasha'al.
Shamyasha'al.
Iwad.
Awad.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Nawa'ai Tazawa.
Al-Tazawa.
La.
La.
Yakadwa.
Lakawa.
Al-Yaka.
Al-Yaka.
Baryaf.
Bayah.
Yakarafwa.
Karafwa.
Aholia.
Aholia.
Alawam.
Alawam.
Washamai Alayam.
Baba Shemai Ayamam.
Mawa'aba.
Baba Allah.
Wahagariam.
Hakarium.
Gabal.
Gabal.
Wa'amawan.
Adamam.
Wa'amalak.
Amalak.
Halashaf.
Abishaf.
Am Yashabya.
Shabya.
Tazawar.
Tazawar.
Gam Ashawar.
Yom Ashawar.
Nawawa.
Nadawa.
Aiman.
Aman.
Hayawa.
Ayawa.
Zarawai.
Ayawa.
Labanya Lawak.
Lambanya Wa.
Salah.
Salah.
Aisha Laham.
Ashalaham.
Kamanyan.
Kamanya.
Kasaya Sara'a.
Kasayasa Ra'a.
Kayabyan.
Kagaman.
Banakho.
Balakho.
Kuyashwan.
Kawiyashwan.
Nashamanwa.
Nashawanwa.
Ba'ayanda Ara.
Ba'ayanda Ara.
Hayawa.
Hayawa.
Daman.
Daman.
La Adama.
La Adama.
Shayadamwa.
Shayadamwa.
Nadiyamwa.
Nandiyabyawa.
Ka'arab.
Kayahara.
Wakasa'aba.
Wakaza'aba.
Wakasabak.
Wakazabak.
Wakasazolani.
Wakazadamana.
Konasayakamwa.
Kayanazadamya.
Ashar.
Ashar.
Amarwa.
Amarwa.
Nayrashah.
Yayawashah.
Lanawa.
Nayawa.
Af.
Af.
Na'awaf.
Na'awaf.
Alahayim.
Nahayim.
Alahayim.
Alahayim.
Shayatamwa.
Shayadamwa.
Kagogala.
Kagogala.
Kakwash.
Kakwash.
Lapanyaraka.
Lapanyawakwa.
Ka'ash.
Ka'ash.
Saba'ayra Ya'ayra.
Ayra.
Wakalahaba.
Wakalayahabra.
Salahat.
Alaha.
Haryam.
Hari.
Khan.
Khan.
Faradama. Basa'iraka,
Basa'iraka,
Wasapafka,
Wasapakafka,
Sabahalam,
Tabahamala,
Mala'ah,
Matama'a,
Panyaham, Kwalawan, Wayabakwashwa, Shamka, Yahawa, Yabashwa, Yabahowa, Ijai, Wayachaparwa, Wayabadwa, Wayadaiwa, Kaya, Asa, Shamka, Yahawa, Labaka, Ayawan, Alkal, Ha'arataza, Aman.
And in the English, keep thy silence, O Yahweh.
Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
And be not still, O Yahweh.
And be not still, O Yahweh.
For lo, thy enemies make a tumult.
Thy enemies make a tumult.
And they that hate thee.
And they that hate thee.
Have lifted up their head.
Have lifted up their heads.
They have taken crafty counsel.
They have taken crafty counsel.
Against thy people.
Against thy people.
And consulted against thy hidden ones.
And consulted against thy hidden ones.
They have said,
Come,
and let us cut them off from being a nation.
And let us cut them off from being a nation.
That the name of Israel, may be no more remembered.
May be no more remembered.
For they have consulted together with one consent.
For they have consulted together with one consent.
They are confederate against thee.
They are confederate against thee.
The tabernacles of Edom.
The tabernacles of Edom.
And the Ishmaelites.
And the Ishmaelites.
Moab.
Of Moab.
And Hagarine.
And the Hagarine.
Gabal.
And
Ammon.
And Ammon.
And Amalek.
And Amalek.
The Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre.
The Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre.
Ashur also is joined with them.
Asher is also joined with them.
They have helped the children of Lot.
They have opened the children of Lot.
Salah. Do unto them. As unto the Midianites.
As unto the Midianites.
As to Sisera.
As to Sisera.
As to Jabin.
As to Jabin.
At the brook of Kazan.
At the brook of Kazan.
Which prayers in Endor. They have become the dung of the earth.
They have become as dung for the earth.
Make their nobles like a red. And like Zahid. Yea. Let their prince all their prince of Zamum.
All their princes of Zamum.
And as Zamunda. Who have said. Let us take to ourselves. The house of Yahweh.
The house of Yahweh.
In possession. Oh my Yahweh.
Oh my power.
It's like it. Oh my power.
Oh my power.
Make them like the wheel.
Make them like a wheel.
At the stubble before the wind.
As the stubble before the wind.
As the fire burns at wood.
As the fire burns the wood.
And as the flame setteth the mountains on fire.
And as the flame setteth the mountains on fire.
So persecute them. With the tempest.
With thy tempest.
And make them afraid of thy storm.
And make them afraid with thy storm.
Fill their faces with shame. That they may seek thy name, O Yahweh. Let them be confounded. And trouble forever. Yea. Let them be put to shame. And perish. That men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh.
That men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh,
art the most high over all the earth. So be it.
This is the blessings in Hebrew. Barak atha Yahweh. Wa Yahweh Shah. Wa Mayaka Allah. Wa Alahayim. Matazab Ya'ah. Alawak Yahana. Ha Alawakyam. Hasaranyam. Hakwatazayanyam. Hakayayoyam. Waha'awakyam. Yahweh. Hashim Yahweh Shah.
And in the English. Bless you, Yahweh.
Bless you, Yahweh.
and Michael,
and the angels,
Commander General
Yohana,
the generals,
the captains,
the officers, the troopers, and the sisters. Yahweh in the name of Yahweh Shai. Thank you. So be it. Saul. Yeshua. We're going to start at Deuteronomy chapter 5, verse 33 in Hebrew.
Come. Deuteronomy chapter 5. You said verse 35, sir?
Verse 33.
Verse 33? What we reading through, sir?
We're reading through
6. I see.
6 and 1.
Come, sir. 6, sir. Deuteronomy chapter 5, verse 33 in the Hebrew. Bakal, Hadarak, Ashar, Tazawah, Yahweh, Alahayakam, Abkam, Thalakwa, Lama'ain, Thakayawan, Watawah, Lakam, Waha'aratham, Yum, Ba'aratazah, Ashar, Thayarashwan. Deuteronomy chapter 6, verse 1. Was a Af, Hamatazawah, Hakakyum, Wahamashapatyum, Ashar, Tazawah, Yahweh, Alahayakam, Lalamad, Afkam, La'aishawaf, Ya'aishawaf, Ba'aratazah, Ashar, Atham, Ibarium, Mashah, Shema, Larashtha, verse 2. Lama'ain, Tharyara'ah, Yahweh, Alahayaka, Lashamar, Kal, Kwath Yawah, Wamatazawat Yawah, Ashar, Anakya, Matazawaka, Atham, Wabanka, Banka, Kal, Yamya, Kayayaka, Walama'ain, Akan, Yamyaka, verse 3. Washama'aith, Yasha'ala, Washamartha, La'aishawaf, Ashar, Yayata, Lakan, Ashar, Tharabawan, Amad, Ma'ad, Ka'ashar, Dabar, Yahweh, Alahaya, Abathayaka, Lak, Aratazah, Zabath, Kalab, Wadabash, verse 4. Shemai, Yasha'ala, Yahweh, Alahayanawa, Yahweh, Acha, verse 5. Wa'ahabath, Yahweh, Alahayaka, Bakal, Lababka, Wabakal, Napashka, Wabakal, Ma'adka, verse 6. Wahayawa, Hadabarim, Ha'ala, Ashar, Anakya, Matazawaka, Hayawam, Lababka, and that's it.
Deuteronomy chapter 5, verse 33. Ye shall walk in all the ways which the Lord your God hath commanded you, that ye may live, and that it may be well with you, and that ye may prolong your days in the land which ye shall possess. Verse 6. Chapter 6, verse 1. Now these are the commandments, the statutes, and the judgments which the Lord your power command to teach you, that ye might do them in all land, whether ye go to possess it. Verse 2. That thou mightest fear the Lord thy God, to keep all his statutes and his commandments, which I command thee, thou and thy son and thy son's son, all the days of thy life, and that thy days may be prolonged. Hear therefore, O Israel, and observe to do it, that it may be well with thee, and that ye may increase mightily, as the Lord God of the Father have promised thee, in the land that floweth with honey and milk. Verse 4. Hear, O Israel, the Lord our power is one Lord, and thou shalt, verse 5, and thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy might. Verse 6. And these words which I command thee this day shall be in thy heart.
It's like, I just want to add, Yahweh quoted this when they were asking which was the great commandment. He quoted, thou shalt love the Most Yahweh with all thy heart, soul, and mind. Remember, he said the second one is like it, to love thy neighbor as thyself. It goes hand in hand.
Right.
If you're not being brotherly, you don't love the Most High.
Right.
Part of loving the Most High is to be brotherly to the people of your nation.
Right. It's like we'll start at verse 7.
Come.
In Hebrew.
Come. Deuteronomy chapter 6, verse 7 in the Hebrew. Washa Natham, Labanyaka, Wadabartha, Bum, Bashabaka, Babayathka, Wabalakafka, Badarak, Wabashakabka, Wabakwawamka. Verse 8. Wakwashartham, La'awath, Al, Yadka, Wahayawa, Latatapath, Bayan, Ayanyaka. Verse 9. Wakathatham, Al, Mazawazath, Bayathka, Wabasha'aryaka. Verse 10. Wahaya, Kaya, Yabayaka, Yabayaka, Yahweh, Alahayaka, Al, Ha'arataza, Ashar, Nashabai, La'abathyaka, La'abaraham, La'abaraham, Abraham Slakia, La'yatazakak, Wala Yaikwab, Lathath, Lak, Aryam, Gadalath, Watabath, Ashar, La'ah, but Bunyath. Verse 11. Wabathyam, Ala Ayam, Kal, Tawa, Ashar, La'ah, Mala'ath, Wabarath, Chatazawabyam, Ashar, La'ah, Chatazabath, Karamyam, was Yahyam, Ashar, La'ah, Nata Aith, Kalath, Washabaitha. Verse 12. Hashamar, Lakah, Pun, Thashakak, Ath, Yahweh Ashar. Hawataza Yaka. Ma'arataza. Matazarium. Mabayath. Ibadyam. Verse 13. Af Yahweh Alahayaka. Fayara'ah. Wa'athwa. Fa'ibad. Wabashamwa. The Shabbat. That's it.
Deuteronomy chapter 6, verse 7. And thou shalt teach them diligently unto thy children, and shalt talk of them when thou sittest in thine house, and when thou walkest by the way, and when thou liest down, and when thou raisest up. Verse 8. And thou shalt bind them for a sign upon thy hand, and they shall be as frontlets between thine eyes. Verse 9. And thou shalt write them upon the posts of the house and of thy gates. Verse 10. And it shall be, when the Lord thy power shall have brought thee unto the land which he sware unto thy fathers, to Abraham, to Isaac, and to Jacob, to give these great and goodly cities which thou buildest not. Verse 11. And houses full of all good things which thou fillest not, as well digged, which thou diggest not, vineyards and olive trees, which thou plantest not, when thou shalt have eaten and be full. Verse 12. Then be aware lest thou forget the Lord, which brought thee forth out of the land of Egypt, from the house of bondage. Verse 13. Thou shalt fear the Lord thy power, and serve him, and shall swear by his name.
And when it says to teach to your children, it shows that this was solely for Israel, because it's the bloodline. We were supposed to teach these statutes to our children and children's children. Okay, this wasn't for everybody. That cuts the Christian belief that it was supposed to be for everybody. It says our children and children's children. This is for our bloodline, for our nation.
Right. Let's start at chapter 14 in Hebrew.
Come. Deuteronomy chapter 6, verse 14. 20. Come. Deuteronomy chapter 6, verse 14. La'ah, thalak one. Acharya, alahayim, acharyan, ma'alaya, ha'anyam, ashar, sabay yabawath, yakam. Verse 15. Kaya al, kwana'a, yahawa, alahayaka, bakarabka, pan, yachara, ap, yahawa, alahayaka, bak, waha shamyaka, Salaki. Waha shamayaka, Salaki. Ma'al, panya, ha'adamha, verse 16. La'ah, thanaswa, ah, Yahweh, alahayakam, ka'ashar, nasay yatam, bamasa, verse 17. Shamaror, the shamar one, ah, matazawah, Yahweh, alahayakam, wa'aidah wa wakha yawa, ashar, tazawak, verse 18. Ra'aishayath, hayashar, waha tawa, ba'ayanya, Yahweh, lama'ain, yayatab, lak, waba'ath, Yarayashta, Af, Harataza, Hataba, Ashar, Nashabai, Yahweh, La Vayaka. Verse 19. Lahadak af kam. Ayadyaka. Mapanyaka ka'ashar. Dabar Yahweh. Verse 20. Kaya. Yasha'alka. Yasha'alka. Slakia. Bunka. Machar. La'amar. Ma. Ha'aidath. Waha-kakyum. Waha-ma-shapakyum. Ashar. Tazawa. Yahweh. Alahaya Yanawa. Afkam. That's it.
Deuteronomy chapter 14. Deuteronomy chapter 6, verse 14. Ye shall not go after other gods, and the gods of the people which are around about you. Verse 15. For the Lord thy God is a jealous God among you, lest the anger of the Lord thy God be kindled against thee, and destroy thee from off the face of the earth. Verse 16. Ye shall not tempt the Lord your God as ye tempt him in Messiah. Verse 17. Ye shall diligently keep the commandments of the Lord thy power, and his testimonies and his statutes, which ye have commanded thee. Verse 18. And thou shalt not and thou shalt do that which is right and good in the sight of the Lord, that it may be well with thee, and that thou mayest go and possess the good land which the Lord sware unto thy fathers. Verse 19. To cast out thy enemies from before thee, as the Lord has spoken. Verse 20. And then thy son asketh thee in time to come, sayest. That means the testimonies, that the statutes and the judgments which the Lord our power, which command you.
And the Most High was telling us, wow, great reading, sir. And the Most High was telling us not to go after other gods, because you remember he said, I am a husband to you. Okay, and that's, we're going after other gods that would make us a whore, which we have done in the past, going after others. So we're not supposed to go after other powers or other religious institutions, right, like Islam and Christianity. Also, we're not supposed to go after other heads of states, being a Republican or a Democrat. That's like going after other gods.
Yes, sir. We're going to do Deuteronomy chapter 6, verse 21 in the Hebrew.
25. Deuteronomy chapter 6, verse 21. Wa amartha labanka ibadyum hayayanawa la paraiha bamatazarium wa tazayanawa Yahweh mamatazarium bayan the Sakwa. Verse 22. Wayathan Yahweh awathath. It's like awatha. Wama Pafyum Gadolium Warayum Matazarium Baparaiha Wabakal Bayahwa La'ayan Yanawa. Verse 23. Wafnawa Hawa Tazayah Masham Lama Ain Habayah Afnawa Laftha Lanawa Af Ha'arakaza Ashar Nashabai La Abathayanawa. Verse 24. Wayataza Wanawa Yahweh La Aishawath Af Kal Ha-Kakyum Ha-Allah La Yara'aha Af Yahweh Alahayanawa La Tawah La Nawa Kal Ha-Yum Lak l'chayafnawa, kahayawam, hazah, verse 25. What has a dakha? What has a dakha? Faha lanawa, kaya, the shamar, la aishawaf, af, call, ha matazawa, haza af, lapanya yahawa, alahayanawa, kashar, tazawanawa, tazawanyanawa. It's like tazawanyanawa. Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 1. Kaya, yabayaka, yahawa, alahayaka, af, ha'arataza, ashar, atha, ba'a, shama, Larashafha, Larashafwa, what a shaw. It's like it. Gawayam, Rabayam, Mapanyaka, Hakafya, Wahagaragashya, Waha-Amaria, Waha-Kanaanya, Waha-Parzaya, Waha-Chayawa, Wahayaba Wasya, Shabayha, Gawayam, Rabayam, Wa'aitazawamyam, Mamak, verse 2. Wanafanam, Yahawa, Alahayaka, Lapanyaka, Wahakayaf, Ma, Hakaram, Thakarim, Atham, La'a, Thakartha, Laham, Bariyaf, Wala'a, Thakanam, and that's it.
Deuteronomy chapter 6, verse 21. Then thou shalt say unto thy son, we were Pharaoh's. We was Pharaoh's bondmen in Egypt, and the Lord brought us out of Egypt with a mighty hand. Verse 22. And the Lord showed signs and wonders great, and saw upon Egypt, upon Pharaoh, and upon all the household before our eyes. Verse 23. And he brought us out from thence, that he might bring us in to give us the land which I swear unto our fathers. Verse 24. And the Lord commanded us to do all these statutes to fear the Lord our God, for our good always, that he might preserve us alive, as it is at this day. Verse 25. And it shall be our righteousness, if we observe to do all these commandments before the Lord thy power, as hath commanded us. Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 1. When the Lord thy God shall bring thee unto the land, whether thou goest to possess it, and have cast out many nations before thee, and the Hittites, and the Jebusites, and the Amorites, and the Canaanites, and the Perizzites, and the Hivites, and the Jebusites, 7 nations greater and mightier than thou. Verse 2. Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 2. And when the Lord thy God shall deliver them before thee, thou shalt smite them, and utterly destroy them. Thou shalt make no covenant with them, nor show mercy unto them.
Now, it's interesting here, real quick, that it's interesting here, if you've noticed here, that the Most High is separating us from the Girgashites, Canaanites, Perizzites. These are all Hamite nations.
Right.
So it's obviously clear that the Most High is separating us from Ham, that we're not Hamites, we're not Africans. I always say that. And the Most High is always reminding us that he brought us out from Egypt. So we have no connection. The only connection we have is we were slaves in Egypt. We have no connection as far as our lineage being in Egypt, as far as we are being Egyptians. You know, the Kemet groups and all them try to connect us to Hamites. We are not Hamites.
We're going to do Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 3 in Hebrew.
Come, sir. Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 3. Thun, bum, bafka, la'a, the thun, labunwa, wabathwa, la'a, the quack, labenka. Verse 4. Kaya, Yasayar, Bunka, Ma'akharya, Wa'ibadwa, Alahayim, Akarya, Wakara, Apa, Yahawah, Wakam, Wahashamayadka, it's like it, Mahar. Verse 5. Kaya, Ka, Fa'aishawa, Laham, Mazabakaf Yaham, Tazawa, Wamatazabafma, Shabarwa, Shayarham, the I one, Pasol Yaham, the Sharapawan, Ba'ash, verse 6. Kaya, Ain, Quadawash, or Kadash, Athah, La Yahawah, Alahayaka, Bakar, Yahawah, Alahayaka, Lahayawath, Lawa, La'ain, Sagala, Makol, Ha'ayim, Ashar, Al, Panya, Ha'adamha, verse 7. La'a, Marabakam, Makol, Ha'ayim, Kashak, Yahawah, Bakam, Waya Bakar, Bakam, Kaya, Atham, Hama'ait, Makol, Ha'ayim, verse 8. Kaya, Ma'ahabath, Yahawah, Afkam, Wama Shamarwa, Atham. It's like Af, Hashabaiha, Ashar, Nashabai, La'athayakam, Hawatazaya'ah, Yahawah, Afkam, Bayah, Chazakwa, Wayapadka, Mabayath, Ibadyam, Mayad, Paraiha, Malak, Matazarium. Verse 9. Waya da'aith, Kaya, Yahawah, Alahayaka, Hawa'ah, Alahayim, Ha'allah, Hana'aman, Shamar, Habaryath, Wahachasar, La'ahabyawa, Wala Shamaria, Matazawafwa, La'apol, Salakia, La'ala, Salakia. The war, verse, and that's it.
Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 3. Neither shalt thou make marriages with them. Thy daughters thou shalt not give unto his son, nor his daughters shalt thou take unto thy son. Verse 4, for they will turn away thy son from following me, that they may serve other gods. So will the anger of the Lord be kindled against you, and destroy thee suddenly. Verse 5, but thus shall ye deal with them. Ye shall destroy their altars, and break down their images, and cut down their groves, and burn their graven images with fire. Verse 6, for thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God has chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth. Verse 7, the Lord did not set his love upon you, nor chose you, because ye were more in number than any people. For ye were the fewest of all people. Verse 8, but because the Lord loved you, and because he would keep his oath, which he had sworn unto your fathers, has the Lord brought you out with a mighty hand and redeemed you out of the house of bondmen, from the hand of Pharaoh, king of Egypt. Verse 9. Know therefore that the Lord thy power, he is Yahweh, that the faithful Yahweh which keepeth covenant and mercy with them that love him and keep his commandments to 1,000 generations.
And it is interesting here also that the Most High keeps stressing that we separate from the people of the, especially the Hamites, which were the people of the land of Canaan.
Right.
So it shows that they are not our people. And it said if we do marry unto them or make covenants with them, they will cause us to serve other gods. And that's why we, in our community, we're serving other gods as we're trying to get back to Pan-Africanism. We don't know who we are because we're serving other gods and we're serving gods of these other nations, especially these Hamite groups. We're not them. The Most High keeps reiterating that and saying make no marriages with them. Right. We're not to marry them.
So that Deuteronomy chapter 7 verse 10 in the Hebrew.
Come. Deuteronomy chapter 7 verse 10. Wama shalom lashana ayat Yahweh lashana ayawa selaki hanyawa laha selaki laha ab yadwa la yaakar lashana awa hanyawa Yashalom lawa. Verse 11. Washamartha at hamatazawa wa at hakakyum wa at hamashapakyum ashar anakya matazawaka hayawam la aishawaf ma. Verse 12. Wahayawa wahaya ikwab the shamai one af hamashapat yum ha'ala wa shamarthum wa I shayat yatham so wa I shayatham atham wa shamar yahala alahayaka laka af habarya wa af hakasar ashar nashabai la abathayaka la abathayaka. Verse 13. Wa ahabka wa barakka wa barabka wa barak parya batanka wa parya Adamthaka. It's like it. The Gunka, Wathayarashka, Wayatazaharka, Shagar, Alatyaka, Wa Aishathartha, Tazaanka, Al, Hadamha, Ashar, Nashabai, La Abathyaka, Lafka, Lak. Verse 16. Verse 14. It's like it. Barak or Barak, Thahaya, Makol, Ha'anyam, La'ah, Yahaya, Baka, Aikwar, Wa'aikwarha, Wababa Mafka. Verse 16. Wahasayar, Yahweh, Mamka, Kol, Kolya, Wakol, Madwaya, Matazarium, Hara'ayim, Ashar, Yada'ith, La'am, Yash Yamma, Bak, Wanathanam, Bakol, Shana Ayaka. Verse 16. Kol Tha, Kol, Tha'ayim, Ashar, Yahweh, Alahayaka, Nathan, Lak, La'ah, Thachat, Ayanka, Al-Yaham, Wala'ah, Tha'ibad, Alahayaham, Kaya, Mawakwash, Hawa'ah, Lak, and that's it.
Deuteronomy chapter 7 verse 10. And repave them that hate them to their face, to destroy them. He will not be slack to them that hateth him. He will repay him to his face. Thou shalt therefore keep the commandments and the statutes and the judgments which the command thee this day to do them. Verse 12, wherefore it shall come to pass, if ye hearken to these, wherefore it shall come to pass, if ye hearken to these judgments, and keep and do them, that the Lord thy God shall keep unto thee the covenant and the mercy which he sware unto thy father. Verse 13, and he will love thee, and bless thee, and multiply thee. He will also bless the fruit of thy womb, and bless the fruit of thy land, thy corn, and thy wine, and thy oil, and increase thy kind, and the flocks of thy sheep, in the land which he sware unto thy fathers to give thee. Verse 14. Thou shalt be blessed above all people. There shall not be male or female barren among you or among your cattle. Verse 15. The Lord will take away from thee all sickness and will put none of the evil diseases of Egypt which thou knowest upon thee, but will lay them upon all them that hate thee. Verse 16, and thou shalt consume all the people which the Lord thy God shall deliver thee. Thine eyes shall have no pity upon them, neither shalt thou serve their gods, for that will be a snare unto thee. Admonium, not desire. Present thyself, not desire. Not desire. Ban Yahweh. Ban Yahweh. Ban Yahshua.
Not desire. Ban Yahweh. Ban Yahshua. Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua Rakatah. We're in Deuteronomy chapter 7, 17 through 23. In the Hebrew. Kaya, Amar, Bala, Babka, Rabyam, Hagawayam, Ha'ala, Mamanya, Ayaka, Awakal, Laha, Warrior Sham. Verse 18. La'ah, Thayara'ah, Maham, Zakar, the Zakar, Ashar, Aisha, Yahweh, Alahayaka, Laparaiha, Walakol, Matazarian, verse 19. Thamasaf, Hagadolath, Salakia, Hagadoltha, Ashar, Ra'awa, Ayanyaka, Waha Aftha, Waha Mapathyam, Wahayad, Hachazakwa, Wahazarai, Hanata Waya, Ashar, Hawa Taza'aka, Yahweh, Alahayaka, Khan, Ya Aisha, Yahweh, Alahayaka, Lakal, Ha'anyam, Ashar, Atha, Yara'ah, Mapanyaham, verse 20. Wagam, Av, Hatazaraiha, Yashalak, Yahweh, Alahayaka, Bam, Ain, Abad, Hana Ashar, Hana Sha'aryam, Waha Nasatharium, Mapanyaka, verse 21. La'ah, Fa'iraktazah, Mapanyaham, Kaya, Yahweh, Alahayaka, Ba'kwarabka, all, Gadawal, or Gadal, Wara'ah, verse 22. Shal, Yahweh, Alahayaka, Hagawayam, Ha'al, Mapanyaka, Ma'ait, La'ah, Thawakal, Kalatham, Mahar, Pan, Tharabah, Alyaka, Chayath, Hashadah, verse 23. Wanathanam, Yahweh, Alahayaka, Lapanka, Wahamma, Mahawama, Gadolha, Ai, Hashamatma. And that's it.
Verse Deuteronomy,
chapter 7.
22nd.
Chapter 7.
Number 17.
Chapter 7.
17. If thou shalt say that in thine heart, these nations are the more than I, how can I be possessed?
Can I dispossess them?
I can possess them. Verses 18. Thou shalt be afraid of them.
Thou shalt not be afraid of them.
And then be ashamed of them. But thou shalt remember them. And what the Lord should thy did unto Pharaoh on the altar of all Egypt.
And to all Egypt.
Chapter 19.
Verse 19.
Verse 19. The verse temptations.
The great temptations.
The great temptations, God, which thine eyes have saw, and the signs of the wonders of the mighty hands, and the stretch of arms, stretch thee, O Lord,
whereby
God, thy God, for thee of the Lord should be the God to all the people of the home on the afraid. Chapter 20.
Verse 20.
Verse 20. Go.
Moreover,
the God,
the Lord thy God,
will send the hornets upon them
verse 21. Horse,
Thou shalt not.
thou shalt not be afraid of the and the Lord.
For the Lord.
And the Lord should pour on the sport on this among you and
For the Lord thy God is among you.
And the terrible.
A mighty God and terrible.
More and terrible.
Come.
Verse 22.
Come.
The Lord will put thee out on the nations. Will alter
By little and little.
and by the maidens on the soul of the and then and soon and so least the least of the real increase upon the strangers. Verse 23. But the Lord thy God shall deliver them for thee
Unto thee.
Unto thee, and the shepherd destroy them, and the mighty destructions above the
Until then.
and the above
I'll take it.
It's only, that's it, sir.
That is it?
Until they be destroyed. He's
Okay.
done.
Until, sure.
Yeah,
Okay.
read that last part. Until they be destroyed. That last part.
be destroyed until he is destroyed.
Okay. Amadi.
Oh, okay. Conference.
I'm Salaki.
Phase 4. And with comparison with the Torah.
Men of Israel prepared to salute the Torah.
That's like individual group that wants to see what the church like.
Men of Israel, gird thy loins to salute the Torah. Yahweh Shemir Shabrakta.
Yehovah Shem Yashabrakah! Aymanim Wapanya. Oh, sorry. Aymanim Wapanya Hakwadam means rise and face the east. We're going to read the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew, then in the English. The Lord's Prayer. Abinau. Shabbat Shemayim. Kodash. Hayah. Shemkah. Yahweh. Malak Rafka. Taba'ah. Retazayika. Hayah. Aisha. Ba'aratizah. Kawa. Hayah. Bashamayim. Nathan Lakom. Call. Yawam. Wasalak now. Kabarak now. Kasalak now. Kabarak now. Wala'ah. From your eye now. From the side one. Above. Abashai now. Hayah. Ra. Kaya. Lakab. Hamalakwa. Waha'alam. Hapapa'ara. La'ayalamin. Aman.
And in the English. Our Father,
which
art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done. In earth, as it is in heaven. Give us this day. Our daily bread. And forgive our debt. As we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation. But deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom. And the power. And the glory. Forever. So be it.
This is Hakak, the power. Yahweh. Bahashim Yahweh. Baba Kusha. Nathan Hakak. Lord Pa'ah. Call Makala. Call Malawam. Hakak. Latahar. Hamatazariah. Hakak. Hamathiam. Hakak. Arakawa. Hatama'ala. Lakarashan. Bahashim Yahweh. The word Amen.
And in the English. Yahweh in the name of Yahweh Shah. Please give us the power. The power to heal. All manner of sickness. All manner of disease. Disease, the power to cleanse the lepers. The power to raise the dead. The power against unclean spirits. To cast them out. And in the name of Yahushua. Thank you. So be it.
This is blessed Israel. Yahweh. Bahashim Yahushua. Barakna. Wayasha'ala. Wahabayah. Sapari. Rapah. Magad. Hagan. Bahashim Yahushua.
Amen. And then in English. Yahweh in the name of Yahweh Shah. Bless us. And Israel. And the school. Bless. Heal. Protect. Shield. Protect. In the name of Yahweh Shah. Thank you. So be it.
This is Psalms 121. Aisha. Ayanya. Ahahariya. Ma'ayan. Yaba'ah. Isaiah. Ma'ayin. Yahweh. Aisha. Shamayam. Wa'arakazah. Ayatan. Lamawat. Rakalka. Ayanawam. Shamarka. Hana. La'ah. Yanawam. Wala'ah. Yayashan. Shabamar. Yasha'al.
Yasha'Allah.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Shamarka.
Shamarka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Tazarka.
Tazarka.
Ayah.
Ayah.
Yamika.
Yamama.
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 Hashamash.
Hashamash.
La'ah.
La'ah.
Yakaka.
Yakaka.
Wayarak.
Wayarak.
Balayala.
Balayala.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yashamarka.
Shamarka.
Makora.
Makora.
Yashamar.
Yashamar.
Atnapashka.
Amapashka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yashamar.
Yashamar.
Taza'afka.
Taza'afka.
Wawa'aka.
Wawa'aka.
Mayatha.
Mayatha.
Wa'ai.
Wa'ai.
Aralam.
Aralam.
Aman.
Aman. And in the English, I will lift up my eyes unto the hill.
I will lift up my eyes unto the hill.
Which cometh my help.
From whence cometh my help?
My help cometh from Yahweh.
My help cometh from Yahweh.
Which made the heaven and earth.
Which made heaven and earth.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He that keep thee.
He that keepeth thee.
Will not slumber.
Will not slumber.
Behold, he that keep Israel.
Behold, he that keepeth Israel.
Shall neither slumber nor sleep.
Shall neither slumber nor sleep.
The Lord is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
The sun shall not smite thee by day.
The sun shall not smite thee by day.
Nor the moon by night.
Nor the moon by night.
The Lord shall preserve thee.
Yahweh shall preserve thee
from all evil.
From all evil.
He shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out.
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out.
And thy coming in.
And thy coming in.
From this time forth.
From this time forth.
And even forevermore.
And even forevermore.
So be it.
So be it. This is Psalms 83. Alahayim.
Alahayim.
Al-Damayalaka.
Al-Damayalaka.
Al-Takarash.
Al-Takarash.
Wa al-Tashakwat.
Al-Tashakwat.
Kayatana. Awayabyaka.
Awayabyaka.
Yahweh Yawan.
Yahweh Yawan.
Wamashanayaka.
Wamashanayaka.
Nashawa.
Nashawa.
Ra'ash.
Ra'ash.
Al-Aimaka.
Al-Aimaka.
Ya'ara Yabwa.
Al-Yabwa.
Sawa.
Sawa.
Wayataya Tazawa.
Whether I Tazawa.
Al-Taza'awanyaka.
Al-Tazawanyaka.
Amarawa.
Amarawa.
Lakawa.
Akawa.
Walakakina.
Walakakina.
Magolia.
Magolia.
Wala'ah.
Wala'ah.
Yasakar.
Yasakar.
Sham Yasha'al.
Sham Yasha'al.
Iwa. Kaya.
Kaya.
Now what I Tazawa.
Now the I Tazawa.
La.
La.
Yakabwa.
Yakabwa.
Al-Yakab.
Al-Yakab.
Or Yah.
Yah.
Yakarabwa.
But Kabrapya.
Aholia.
Aholia.
Alawam.
Alawam.
Washamai Alayam.
Washamai Alawam.
Mawa'aba.
Mawa'aba.
Wahagariam.
Wahagariam.
Gabal.
Gabal.
Wa'aimawan.
Wa'aimawan.
Wa'aimalak.
Wa'aimalak.
Halashab.
Halashab.
An Yashabyam.
Yashabyam.
Tazawar.
Tazawar.
Gam Ashawar.
Gam Ashawar.
Nalawa.
Nalawa.
Imam.
Amam.
Hayawa.
Hayawa.
Zarawai.
Zarawai.
Labanyalabat.
Labanyalabat.
Salah.
Salah.
Aishalaham.
Aishalaham.
Kamadyan.
Kamadyan.
Kasa Yasara'ah.
Kasa Yasara'ah.
Kayabyan.
Kababyan.
Banakal.
Badakal.
Koyashwan.
Kawashwan.
Nashamadwa.
Nashamadwa.
Ba'ayanda Ara.
Ba'ayanda Ara.
Hayawa.
Labewa.
Daman.
Daman.
La Adama.
La Adama.
Shayatamwa.
Shayatamwa.
Najayabwa.
Najayabwa.
Ka'ara.
Ka'ara.
Wakasa'aba.
Ka'asarabra.
Wakasabak.
Wakazaba.
Wakatazolani.
Wakazolani.
Konasayakamwa.
Kayasawatamwa.
Ashar.
Ashar.
Amarwa.
Amarwa.
Nayarashah.
Nayarashah.
Lanawa.
Nayarwa.
Af. Na'awaf.
Na'awaf.
Alahayim.
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 Shayatamwa.
Shayatamwa.
Kagogala.
Kagogala.
Kakwash.
Kakwash.
Lapanyaraka.
Panyamakwa.
Ka'ash.
Ka'ash.
So ba'ayra ya'ayra.
Ba'ayra ya'ayra.
Wakalahaba.
Wakabahaba.
So lahat.
Wakabaha.
Haryam.
Haryam.
Khan.
Khan.
So ba'ayra ya'ayra.
Ba'ayra ya'ayra.
Wakalahaba.
Wakabahaba.
So lahat.
Lahab.
Harium, Khan,
Khan,
the Radapma,
the Matapma,
but Sir Irika,
the Diarca,
what was Sir Pafka,
the Pasca,
the Bahalam,
the Bahalam,
Mala'ah,
Mala'ah,
Panyaham,
Payaham,
Kwalawan,
Kalawam,
where Bakwashwa,
Pashma,
Shamka,
Shamka,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Yabashwa,
Bashma,
where Bahawa,
Bahawa,
Ayai, where
Ayah,
Kapara, where Abadwa,
Babwa,
where Ta'aiwa,
Iowa,
Kaya,
Kaya,
Atha,
Atha,
Shamka,
Shamka,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Labaka,
Labaka,
Al-Wan,
Alawan,
Al-Kal,
Al-Kal,
Ha'aratazah,
Alaratazah,
Amon.
Amon. And then the English. Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh.
Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
And be not still, O Yahweh.
And be not still, O Yahweh.
For lo,
thy
enemies have made a tumult.
Thy enemies make a tumult.
And they that hate thee,
has
lifted up the head.
Have lifted up the head.
They have taken crafty counsel.
They have taken crafty counsel
against thy people.
Against thy people.
And consulted against thy hidden one.
And consulted against thy hidden one.
They have said. Come let us. They have said. Come and let us cut them off from being a nation.
Come and let us cut them off from being a nation.
That the name of Israel. May be no more remembered. For they have consulted together.
With one consent.
They have confederate against thee. The tabernacles of Edom. They have the Ishmaelites. Of Moab. And the Hagarenes. Cabal. And Amalek. And the Philistines. With the inhabitants of Tyre. Ashur also is joined with them. They have helped the children of Lot. Salah. Do unto them as also unto the Midianites. As to Sisera. As to Jabez. At the brook of Kissar. Which perished in Endor. They became as dung for the earth. Make their numbers like a rat. And like Zeb. Yea. All the princes of Zabah. And as Zabunda. Who said let us take to ourselves. The houses of Yahweh in possession. O my Yahweh.
O my power.
Make them like the wheel. As the stubble before the wind. As the fire burneth a wood. And as the flame setteth the mountains on fire. So persecute them. With thy tempest. And make them afraid of thy storm. Fill their faces with shame. That they may seek the name, O Yahweh.
thy name, O Yahweh.
Let them confound and trouble forever. Yea. Let them be put to shame. And perish. That the men may know that thou. Whose name alone is Yahweh. Art the most high over all the earth.
So be it. These are the blessings in Hebrew. Barakatha Yahweh. Wa Yahweh Shah. Wa Mayaka Allah. Wa Allah Hayim. Matazab Ya'ah. Alawak Yahana. Ha Alawak. Ha Asaranya. Ha Kwatazayanya. Hakayayoyim. Wa Ha'akwakim. Yahweh. Wa Hashim Yahweh.
And in the English, bless you, Yahweh.
And
Yahweh Shah. And Michael. And the angels. Commander General Yohana. The general. The captain. The officer. The troopers. And the sisters. Yahweh in the name of Yahweh Shah. Thank you.
So be it.
curses. Blessed are you, Yahweh.
Blessed are you, Yahweh.
King of heaven and earth.
King of heaven and earth.
And all things living.
And all things living.
Yahweh in the name of Yahweh Shah.
Yahweh in the name of Yahweh Shah.
Listen to us now.
Listen to us now.
Right now.
Right now.
Send evils and curses.
Send evils and curses.
And punishment and destruction.
And punishment and destruction.
To all the heathens that speak against us.
To the heathens that speak against us.
Thy prophets.
Thy prophets.
Thy teachers.
Thy teachers.
Thy princes.
The princes.
The priests.
The priests.
The Israelite brothers.
The Israelite brothers.
The school.
And the school.
And the school. Send evils and curses.
Send evils and curses.
And punishment and destruction.
And punishment and destruction.
To all the heathen.
To the heathen.
To shake loose the treasures of the riches of Israel.
And to shake loose the treasure of the rich of Israel.
That refuse to give us to the school.
That refuse to give to the school.
Force their riches to enter into thy sanctuary.
Force their riches to enter into thy sanctuary.
Send evils and curses.
Send evils and curses.
And punishment and destruction.
And punishment and destruction.
To all the Edomites.
To the Edomites.
And the nations and their drug. To the curses to and punishment to destruction.
Curses and punishment and destruction.
To all the Edomites.
To the Edomites.
And the nations
and
their drug dealers.
And the nations and their drug dealers.
The court system.
The court system.
The prison system.
The prison system.
Planned Parenthood.
Planned Parenthood.
All the governments and our enemies.
All the governments of our enemies.
Amalek synagogues and armies.
Amalek synagogues and armies.
The Roman Catholic Church.
Roman Catholic Church.
The Pope.
The Pope.
Islam.
Christianity.
Egyptology. The militia. Ku Klux Klan. The Aryan Nation. Skinheads.
Posse Kamatazi.
The gay movement.
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 So be it. So slacky. The lesbian movement.
The lesbian movement.
Spies. Workers of witchcraft.
Workers of witchcraft.
NASA space program.
NASA space program.
Army. Navy. Air Force.
Marine.
Wall Street. Open up the internet. And the airways. The cable access channel. And the radio channel. Convict the spirits of any of thy people. That seek to stop us. And bring swift destruction. To all the heathen. That stand in our way. Or try to stop us. From broadcasting your word. Throughout the planet Earth. Let loose all the plagues. Cause them to go to and fro. Through the earth. And consume them. Let the plague shake the house. Of the thief and the murderer. Let Yahushua, Michael, and Gabriel come down with the flying saucers. And punish all the heathen. That come up against us. As we speak thy word. Cause it to be known. By all that is. Cause it to be known. By all that it is the angels. That have done it. Cause it to be spread through the media throughout the whole world. Cause them to shake at thy coming. In the name of Yahushua. Thank you always. So be it. Sorry.
Men of Israel, we're going to give one courtesy salute to the teacher. Men of Israel, Amayim Shabbat, Amayim, Barak, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shabbat Yahweh Matah. Class dismissed.
Kimberly.